Welcome to this ClickShare information video. In this video, I will show you how to set up a ClickShare base unit for the first time. When you set up a ClickShare system for the first time, we recommend that you follow these 3 steps. First of all, unpack the components, plug them in, and turn the base unit on. Next, access the ClickShare web interface and use it to configure the base unit options. Then test the ClickShare buttons. Let me show you how. First, unpack your ClickShare box. The ClickShare box contains a base unit, ClickShare buttons, mounting brackets, a power cable with regional adapters, and 2 antennas. In the CSM, there is also a ClickShare USB with documentation and firmware. With the CSE, there is also a button tray and a DVI to VGA adapter. Let's plug everything in and get started. Connect the ClickShare base unit to the powered supply. Connect the base unit to the display or projector. If you're using a CSC1 base unit, you can use one of these cables: a DVI video cable, DisplayPort cable, or a VGA cable using the DVI adapter. If you're using a CSM1, you can use a VGA without an adapter or an HDMI cable. If you want to use the meeting room audio system, don't forget to plug in an audio cable, DisplayPort cable, or an HDMI cable. Screw the antennas onto the connectors. Now turn on the base unit. During startup, the LED status strips will go from static red or pink to flashing white and to static white. That's it, you're plugged in, switched on, and can see the ClickShare wallpaper on your meeting room display. To configure the ClickShare base unit, access the ClickShare web interface. To do this wirelessly, connect to the ClickShare Wi-Fi network from available networks. The default SSID for a base unit is ClickShare-the unit serial number. If prompted for a password, use the default password ClickShare. If you can't see the ClickShare network, try typing in the SSID directly, or I will also show you later how to connect with a cable. Launch a browser and enter the wireless IP address of the ClickShare base unit, which is normally 192.168.2.1. Log in using the default username and password admin. You can also connect via the LAN. Connect the base unit to your LAN with an Ethernet cable. Take note of the base unit's wired IP address. See the top right corner of the ClickShare wallpaper when the screen is not being shared. Launch a browser and enter the wired IP address. Log in using the default username and password admin. You can also access the web interface through a direct connection with an Ethernet cable. The IP address 192.168.1.23. To do this, you'll need to make sure the IP address of your laptop is in the correct range. If not, you'll have to set a static IP address in this range. In the ClickShare web interface, you can change the configuration of a ClickShare base unit. In the home screen, you can select the language of the web interface from the Choose Your Language pick list. To change the meeting room name, click on the Setup tab. Now in the Basic tab, you can change the identification text that displays in the top corner of the display: meeting room, location, and greeting message. Type in the change and click on Apply for the changes to take effect. ClickShare displays a wallpaper image on the meeting room display if nothing is being shared. To change the wallpaper, click on the Setup tab and click on Wallpaper. You can then select an available wallpaper, turn off the wallpaper option altogether, or click on the plus icon to browse and upload personalised wallpaper. The file you upload must be less than 2.5 megabytes and not larger than 1920 by 1080 pixels. Your changes will happen instantly. If there are a lot of Wi-Fi networks near your meeting room, you can use a Wi-Fi scanner such as Insider or Xyrus to find a free or less congested wireless channel. To change the Wi-Fi channel, click the Setup tab and click Advanced. Change the Wi-Fi frequency range by clicking on the drop-down and selecting the one you would like to use. ClickShare base units use the frequency range 5 GHz by default, as it is often less congested than the 2.4 GHz range. You can use either range. Certain devices like iPhone 4 can only use the 2.4 GHz range. Select the wireless channel in the drop-down box. Click Apply to confirm changes. If you're using a CSM1, reboot the ClickShare base unit to apply the Wi-Fi changes. You can set whether the ClickShare Wi-Fi SSID is broadcast or not. To do this, tick or untick the box. Click Apply to confirm changes. If you are using a CSM1, reboot the ClickShare base unit to apply the Wi-Fi changes. There are 3 passwords associated with each ClickShare base unit. To change the Wi-Fi password in Wi-Fi settings, enter a new password and confirm that password. Click Apply to confirm changes. If you're using a CSM1, reboot the ClickShare base unit to implement the changes. To change the administrator password, click on the Maintenance tab and click on Password. Then enter the existing password and a new password twice before clicking Apply. You can follow similar steps to update the Web Interface Integrator password. To set the display resolution on a CSM1, go to Setup, then click on Display and select a resolution from the drop-down list, or set a custom resolution. If you're using a CSC1 base unit, the display resolution is set automatically. You can change the display resolution manually by following the same steps and taking the display resolution off auto. It's important to check each button when you set up for the first time. Plug a button into a laptop or Mac. Test it works by opening the ClickShare client. A message appears connecting to base unit. The button changes from flashing white to static white. It is now ready to share. Click the button and your screen is shared on the meeting room display and the button is static red. Press the button again to stop sharing. Now you're ready to go. For more information about mounting your base unit or keeping your firmware up to date, refer to other videos in our series and download the ClickShare installation manual and user guide from barco.com. And this is how you set up ClickShare for the first time.